You scared of the coronavirus, bro?
A bitch is scared. I'm a little scared, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We came in here fucking around for like 2 weeks straight. It's real now.
guess what, bitch? Coronavirus!
Everybody's stir crazy and weirded out by this, including me.
Yeah.
I don't dap up everybody.
I'm straight Michelle Obama Barack fist pumps right now.
Yeah, you going?
Coronavirus. Take it easy, just relax. Relax. You're doing great. It all will pass. Let me just tell you something. That's really bad reporting. You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
I just want one pack.
Hello, boys. Find everything you need?
Yep, all set.
Okay, let's see here. Toilet paper?
Toilet paper? Toilet paper? Toilet paper? Toilet paper?
What the fuck is up with COVID-19?
What's going on? It's your boy Bugzy Lavoe. Thank you guys for tuning in to The Fuck Is Up with COVID-19, the only show where we make sure that you stay safe, sound, and sanitized. Today's guest is a friend of mine, Educator Chico Boom, who is from the barber industry.
I'm all over. I'm in every industry. Yeah, I'm in the beauty industry. I've been a barber for 20 years.
Yeah, in the beauty industry, man. So first things first, bro. What's going on with Barbershop, bro? Is it true y'all are doing $50 to $150 haircuts? I've seen a little bit.
I don't know nothing.
but
I don't know nothing. What I do know is this is some. I mean, a lot of people are feeling this right now. A lot of barbershops are down right now. A lot of barbers that live paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean? They're stuck right now. They don't know what to do, and it's hurting a lot of people. All the barbershops are shut down here in Florida right now.
Yeah, I actually I spoke to a cousin of mine that lives in Connecticut, and he was telling me that a lot of people were doing haircuts at home, but I guess the mayor or the governor of Connecticut sent out a letter saying that if they get caught doing haircuts at home, they're going to strip them of their license.
I haven't heard that, but I wouldn't be surprised, man. I mean, with everything going on right now, I just it's funny to me how they'll say that to a barber that's trying to feed his family.
Right.
And say that that's non-essential, but Best Buy and Home Depot are open right now.
I saw your post the other day, man. I saw that actually.
Yeah. So why is Home Depot open? I don't know. Some will argue, oh, what if your refrigerator breaks, or what if your AC breaks, or you know, they got tech guys for that. You know what I mean? Those guys are essential. Home Depot is for the consumer, not for the general contractor. You know, general contractors, they go to suppliers and get their material from over there. You know what I mean? And then Best Buy, like you need a 70-inch TV right now. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So to me, it's a little deeper than that. You know what I mean? To me, I see these big multi-million-dollar companies paying the governors to allow them to stay open, while small business owners they're forced to shut down and threaten to be stripped of their licensing or getting fined or even going to jail. So it's a little deeper than a flu. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's interesting is what I was watching you through social media. Before there was like the mandatory shutdown of non-essential businesses, I saw that you had your regular barbershop running, but also you had the Black Sheep running, and you were showing how, hey, listen, there's not that many people here. We let you in through a buzzer. And I thought that was like, you know, in times like this, something like that would definitely flourish. It definitely, you know,
that's going to be a major game changer moving forward. Like, life as we know it, is going to be totally different. People are going to be handling currency different. Mm-hmm. They're going to be handling patrons that come into their establishment different.
Right. They're
going to be operating totally different. So a private location where there's minimal people and not a lot of traffic is going to be ideal for not just the barber or stylist, but also for the consumer, the client that's coming in there getting a service. You know what I mean? They're going to prefer that.
Yeah. Something that you put on your Facebook post also that kind of made me, you know, that I thought was interesting was like, do you think moving forward when all this is over, do you think that scheduling appointments is going to replace walk-ins completely?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm working with a company right now, Squire, and that's what they do. They do online booking and via telephone, internet, or whatever the case. We have an app and whatnot. So literally, you could run your whole business and each individual barber as well. You could run their books and coordinate their appointments and everything. But absolutely, I think appointments are going to be ideal, and being able to capitalize on the convenience of an appointment, that's going to be very ideal too. So charging more actually for getting you in at a certain time versus waiting 2 or 3 hours in a lobby around a bunch of people. Like, I don't want to be around a bunch of people right now. You know what I mean? So
yes, and something also that I kind of wanted to touch on with you. And this is something that you've preached for a long time, that that you had in your book, that you always, previous interviews we've done, or just you giving motivational advice, is about barbers, saving money, paying taxes, and just saving for a rainy day. Do you know a lot of barbers that are doing that, or it's kind of like
there's a lot of 60 to 80% of all barbers and stylists across the country retire broke because they don't have a plan. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be no reason why a barber is 80 years old still trying to cut hair. And the reason why is because he didn't put money to the side, or he could be that guy that, that small percent that just doesn't have anything to do, so they choose to cut hair. But at 80 years old, I don't want to cut hair. I want to be enjoying my pina colada on the front porch. You know what I mean? Right. In my rocking chair, enjoying my grandkids. I don't want to be behind a chair. But a lot of them don't prepare themselves at a young age while they're still swift and agile and can move around. So they don't put no money to the side. 60 to 80% of them retire broke. They live paycheck to paycheck or day by day. As they get the money, they spend the money to get the money, they spend the money. What happens is, when you don't pay your taxes like you're supposed to, the government has no idea whether you worked or not. He doesn't know, you've been living off the grid or under the radar for all this time trying to work the system, but you just played yourself, because now you can't even file for unemployment during these times. You know what I mean? Like, nobody even knows who you are. How long have you been working? You don't have any proof, So I think it kind of bit a lot of people, a lot of barbers in the ass long term,
Yeah, definitely. Even like in my industry, a lot of people, with video production, a lot of people do freelancing, and kind of same way as barber. They don't want to pay taxes, or they try to live off the grid or under the radar. And times like this, they can't file for unemployment. It's like they're kind of stuck,
Exactly.
Now, what are you moving forward? Because I know you also do like, at least for like barbers that are into like educating. Do you think like the virtual education, you think that'll be something moving forward that it'll grow?
Absolutely. I think you're going to start seeing a lot of things going on virtually right now, like bigger meetings, bigger groups getting together online, classes, education. I'm doing a class Monday at 10:30. I'm doing an online class via Zoom for a school in Maryland. Obviously, I can't get on a plane right now, fly to Maryland and do a class like I typically would, but I'm gonna be doing it right from here, and I'm gonna be doing a class. I think a lot of companies that require a speaker to be present, or a school that requires an educator to be present, you're gonna start seeing a lot more webinars and Zoom meetings and educational videos and everything like that.
Yeah. So do you think also moving forward, do you think that something like this, that there will no longer be a need for an actual shop? You think things might just move to like maybe mobile, or just doing home visits?
There's always going to be a need for a shop. I think. I mean, it might come to a point where it's mobile, where you might have like I know a couple of people have around the country have Sprinter vans, and they pull up to you, whatever. But someone like me, I'm not going to be driving all around town trying to chase the money. You know what I mean? You're spending gas. I think it's a great idea if you can pull up in that Sprinter van and have a certain amount of people come to you while you're at that location, then move to another location. But bouncing around from haircut to haircut is nothing ideal for me per se. But I think you'll start seeing a lot more private studios popping up. I think you'll start seeing a little more exclusive, secluded locations. I think that'll be something moving forward in the beauty industry. House calls are cool and everything like that, but do you really want somebody coming into your house that after you cleaned your whole house, you're clean, and then he's coming in from the outside, and then he has hair flying everywhere? Like, you got to think about those things and take those things into consideration. And I think it's always safer you going to the barber than the barber coming to you.
Yeah, for sure, man. What do you think? So let's say, right now they're saying that this might end, I think I heard August, I believe. But what is your advice to barbers out there that say this ends up being like a year-long thing? Like, what if this ends December? Like, what do you think they can be doing?
Well, I think I don't know what to say when they say, like, supposedly we're on lockdown until we're in April now, May. I think we're in May. They're releasing us or whatever like that. You got places like Virginia that are on lockdown for like till June 10th or whatever. At some point, they got to eat. They got to realize that people are starving. People are hungry. People are not making any money. People need to pay their rents. That little $1,200 that they're waving in front of our face, that's not going to do anything for us. And that's a very small percent of what we actually got out of that $2 trillion, which is actually $6 trillion, but they took the other $4 trillion and did something with it or whatever, and dumped it back into the stock market and made the thing go up and then down again. That's a whole other subject. But what I'm saying is, I don't believe anything that they say. I'm very skeptical about them saying 30 days, 60 days, 120 days. I just think it's gonna keep getting pushed back. What barbers need to do is start looking for different ways to make money and really expand their mind and think outside the box. Right now is not a time to be picky or trying to feel like you're too good to do something. If you have an opportunity to do Uber Eats, sign up and do Uber Eats. If you got an opportunity to do Uber itself, go do Uber. If you have an opportunity to go work with your buddy's lawn service because his uncle owns a lawn service or whatever, go do what you got to do to provide for you and your family. When the things do go back to normal, when they do open the gates back up, you can always pick up a pair of clippers and start cutting hair again. You know what I mean? I think it's nonsense. I think it's BS. I think it's a lot more deeper than just a coronavirus. You know what I mean? And the fact that they have, again, like those type of stores like Best Buy and Home Depot, those multi-million-dollar companies, they're up, we're down. It just doesn't sit well with me. But right now is not the time to really think about all that. Is get out there, work, and try to be as productive as you can be. There's jobs out there that are still essential, like the lawn guy, he's still essential. Plumbers are still essential. Electricians are still essential. DOT, Department of Transportation, they're essential. And mechanics shop fall under that. So you could literally go to Valvoline right now and get a job changing oil. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what we want to do. No. But again, you have a wife, you got 2 or 3 kids to take care of. You got that mortgage. You know what I mean? Right now is like the time to really think outside the box and hustle. Get your hustle on, man. Stop being bullshit.
Yeah, and another thing that they can do actually with all this free time is they can start reading Boom's book.
Listen, I got it right here. I keep one on deck. Success from Behind the Chair, keys to a better financial future. And that'll give you some good keys on how to develop, man. Always.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Boom, for joining us. Always a pleasure talking to you. Always giving game, always giving advice. And
always.
Thank you, y'all, for tuning in. This is Bugzy Lavoe. Another episode of Fuck Us Up with COVID-19. Make sure you tune in next week, and we have another guest, and we are out of here. Appreciate you, brother.